don't get up yet.
What happened?
You were in a coma. Can you remember your name?
No. Yes, I'm Tessa.
Good. Do you know what happened?
Oh, my head. It's like it's been split in two. Was I in an accident?
Yes. Can you remember any of it?
Not really. I know I woke up in a sleeping pod.
Then tell me everything you do remember from the start.
I was freezing. That's the first thing I noticed. That's when I knew something was wrong. It's not reacting! Oh. What? Mark? Mark! Where are you? Something's wrong. Have we crashed? Ugh, my whole body hurts. His sleeping pod is empty. He probably got woken up by the system after the crash and must have ran to the cockpit. He could have woken me up too. I should look for him and... ow! Oh! Damn it, I'm stuck. All I can move is my arm. Sharp and pointy. I have to be careful with it. A shard. It's too sharp to just grab it. Ah! The shard is sharp and too slippery to get a hold of without injuring myself. The opening mechanism is blocked. No way to get it to work. Great. The cover is torn. I can see the foam padding. Pulled out a large piece. Yes, that works. Now I can hold it without cutting myself. Come on, I have to get out of here. Finally. First of all, I need to get my spacesuit on. It's freezing. So that's why it's cold. The nitrogen tubes have burst and are freezing everything. I'm definitely not dressed for the occasion. I'm cold enough as it is. I should probably wait on this. Mark? Cockpit, this is Tessa. Mark, can you hear me? Cockpit, this is Tessa! No reply. That either means there's a technical problem or Mark is... I need to get to the cockpit now. There's disinfectant inside that we have to use before going into cryosleep. Easily flammable. I should be glad if I didn't wake up as a human torch. Damn it. This is worse than I thought. Why did we crash? The guidance system should have been able to prevent it from happening. At least it's not smoking as much up here. Mark and I can fix this. I'm sure. We have to fix this. Mark? The cockpit is blocked by rubble. Maybe he's injured and trapped in there. At least that would explain why he isn't responding. Okay, Tessa. What to do? Maybe go at it from the outside? No nosy neighbors in sight, but I should put on the spacesuit as long as I can't be sure if there's any breathable air out there. It's in the locker next to the sleeping pods. My spacesuit is in there, but with all this nitrogen, I can't open it without my hand turning to ice. That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. That's the door to the hold, but it won't open. I need to find another way forward. Ha! I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. That's a lot of debris. There should be something there that I could use. A thin, pointy piece of metal. A few bolts. I'll just take all of it. Multiple metal bolts. They've all been damaged in the crash, but they're still usable. Ha! I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. Ha! It's just as Confucius says. The woman who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Or at least she would, if she could. They're too heavy just to pick them up. I have to get to the cockpit. I was able to grab the shard with the foam, otherwise I'd have cut open my whole hand. That would just make the hole bigger. If I pull this lever, the stuff would pour out onto the ground. There's disinfectant inside that we have to use before going into cryosleep. Easily flammable. I should be glad if I didn't wake up as a human torch. I never understood why people would block cards. I can't outsmart a card reader. I'm just going to need an ID card. I never understood why people would block card slots with paper. I can't outsmart a card reader. I'm just going to need an ID card. Ha! I have to get to... The rest is junk. The rest is junk. Locked. I can see a lock at the front with an almost round keyhole. Locked. No chance. I need the key. Great. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. Great. The hull is torn. I can see the insulating foil, but I can't get it out. Sometimes you just have to break things even more before you can repair them. I can't attach it and seal the leak with it. A pointed piece of metal. Must have fallen from the ceiling in the crash. All I could do with this foil is wrap him up so he doesn't defrost. That's Mark's cryopod. The console is broken. I think I know how to repair it, but I need my suit or I'm toast. Locked. I can see a lock at the front with an almost round keyhole. The crate. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. I never understood why people would block card slots with paper. I can't outsmart a card reader. I'm just going to need an ID card. That's Mark's cryopod. Looks like it's intact and unharmed, but there's no sign of him. A pointed piece of metal. The foil is coated on both sides. The nitrogen pipe has burst and the mist coming out of it is icy cold. The tank this belongs to is at the front of the ship. Maybe I can block the pipe. I can't attach it and seal the leak with it. That would just make the hole bigger. Ha! It's just as Confucius says. I have to get to the cockpit from the outside. I'm not a doctor, but I know it's not healthy to set foot on a new planet without a spacesuit when you're not sure if it's got air to breathe or not. It's in the locker next to the sleeping pods. This pipe transports nitrogen, which is freezing the locker from the back. It is controlled via a valve. That might have stopped the nitrogen. I can't attach it and seal the leak with it. Damn, it's been exposed to the cold for too long. The ice is preventing me from opening it. It won't just thaw on its own. All I could do with this foil is wrap him up so he doesn't defrost. The ice is too thick and sturdy to just scratch it away. The ice is too thick and sturdy to... The ice is too thick and sturdy... I can see a lock at the front with an almost round keyhole. The rest is junk. The cables are broken and the insulation is gone. I have to be careful. Not exactly productive to cut cables. I'm pretty sure I know how that would end. Besides, there's no hairdresser nearby who could straighten my hair out again afterwards. The rest is junk. I know. Work safety is priority number 1. Later, maybe. This pipe leads to a tank where cooling fluid is filtered. It must have burst in the crash. The sieve might be useful, even when it's taken apart. A detached metal bar. Oh, I can't reach it. If I pull this lever, the stuff would pour out onto the ground. There's an opening mechanism. I don't have to break it. No, too short. This sieve has filtered the impurities out of the... It got bent in the crash. There's a large indent in the middle now. This sieve has filtered the impurities out of the... It got bent in the crash. No. Done! I've had to improvise a lot of bowls in the past few years, and I think this one is my second best. Perfect to transport liquids. I think I'm going to call this invention a bowl. I should be able to use this to collect and transport the disinfectant. It's no use. It's no use. Cockpit for Tessa. No reply from... Damn, it's been exposed to the cold for too long. The ice is preventing me from opening it. It won't just thaw on its own. The rest is junk. The disinfectant that we use on ourselves before we go into cryosleep. The handbook says to only use a little as it's flammable. How reassuring. A crate. Standard color, standard size, standard contents. Empty. There's no more nitrogen coming out, and I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way. It's no use. It's no use. It's no use. The console is broken. I think I know how to repair it, but I need my suit or I'm toast. The cables are broken and the insulation is gone. I have to be careful. Oh, that was easier than I expected. Finally, some heat. Almost too much heat. My eyes are burning. This should hopefully thaw the ice if I have enough fuel. Ha! It's working! Oh, that's nice. So comfy and warm. Watch out, foreign planets. You can't scare me anymore. Well, at least not with cold temperatures. But I won't put the helmet on until I go outside. There's something in these pockets. Key, matches, and... our company's ID card. But the name on it is... Melissa Luna? Who's that? But that's definitely me in the picture. So, this company can send rockets through space, but then prints the wrong name on my ID card? No wonder we crashed if they can't even get that right. Before I start looking for Mark again, I should write down my experiences on my ID card's logbook. Well, IMC's accident protocol requires me to do so, and we've definitely had an accident. I'll just use this one. Strange. This data is pretty similar to mine. It's almost a complete match. But the numbers and the date of birth are shifted by one. 1 day, 1 month, 1 year. But the biometric data is correct. I'm sure the picture is wrong. And the other thing is a coincidence? I don't recognize the name though. Weird. I shouldn't be wasting my time with this. Examine planet, find Mark, repair ship, survive. That's all that matters. Focus, Tessa. A round key made of plastic. Matches. The box reads Shambhala Group Inc. Never heard of them. An ID card of the Intergalactic Mining Corporation, found in my spacesuit. There's a picture of me on it. However, it's labeled with the name Melissa Luna. Perfect fit. Ah, a toolbox. I mean, I hope it's a strange packet with an interstellar radio device. What do we have here? Screwdriver, sealant foam, and a blowtorch. I need to insert the cables into the sockets to make the door work again. There's a lamp for each socket to show if it's receiving enough electricity. Okay, the cables are where they should be. Now I can try the outer door again. I'm excited to see what's out there. Or I would be if I wasn't in this situation.
Access denied.
Strange. That's my card, and the bioscanner should confirm that it's me, and that I have access. Something isn't right here. I'd better put on the helmet, just to be sure. I hope the door survived the crash. Yes! It's seen better days, but it's open. No. Oh, just barren rock. All gray and dead. I was hoping for a world thriving with interesting flora and fauna. That looks pretty bad. And here I was thinking we'd be able to fix it. Where even are we? Was this planet our destination, or did we go off course? And what even is our mission? My head is spinning. I can't even remember our mission. Must have been quite the crash. Or maybe the disinfectant was out of date. Nothing. Nothing at all. No buildings, lights, roads, just nothing. A barren wasteland. Maybe our mission was to explore a newly found, boring planet and collect samples. A planet like this one. I mean, foreign planets are always exciting, but under the circumstances. Oh, Mark! Of course! Nothing stirring in the cockpit, but he has to be there. Where else could he be? I need to get in there somehow.
tracks as far as the eye can see. And some smoke, but that's probably just from the planet's volcanic activity. There seems to be plants over there. I can see something green. Some silver lining at least. That means there could be water, food, and maybe even life. I can't see anything in there, just some flashing sparks. Mark has to be in there. This panel allows us to service the instruments behind it. The mechanism to open it is on the right. You usually activate it from the cockpit, so there has to be a way through. The cockpit's braces connecting it to the fuselage are still intact, as far as I can tell. But it's hanging to the side quite a bit. I'd better just leave it as is. The TAC-92's wreck. If I could only remember how it crashed. I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him. He has to be in the cockpit. This used to be part of the landing gear. There are a few parts scattered inside. A large hook that sealed the maintenance hatch during the flight. Must be pretty sturdy. And the lever to open the hatch, both made from heat-proof ceramics. I shouldn't just poke around in it. If anything breaks, the cockpit will take a nosedive. A magnetic screwdriver with a plastic grip. A large hook made of heat-proof ceramic. A large hook made of heat-proof ceramic. I can see some debris, but if Mark is underneath it, then there's no hope for him. He has to be in the cockpit. The welder isn't lit. The welder isn't lit. What, and then I'm just supposed to run around with it burning constantly? No, I need a more flexible solution. Good, that works. I can't reach it. I won't be able to close it completely with this, and it seems like the connection is good enough. Sealing foam, specially made for burst pipes, hardens within seconds once it comes in contact with air. Probably breaks more than it helps.
There's no more nitrogen coming out, and I wouldn't mind if it stayed that way. Yes, I can reach it with that. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or affix them. I can't combine or...
It's long enough, but I can't find a good entry point. A bit wobbly. If I could fasten it properly, the pole would have a pointed flat edge that I could use. A bit wobbly. If I could fasten it properly, the pole would have a pointed flat edge that I could use. This helmet isn't equipped with welding goggles, but it should at least keep my eyes from melting. Not a bad weld seam for a beginner. I suppose Mark would say otherwise. Show off. Long and pointy. A bit like a spear. This is where the mechanism should be. Come on. Mark would have been able to help me here. As if. Yes, I knew it! There's a passage to the cockpit. The mounts on this panel look solid. I have to try it. Unpleasant, but unavoidable. Carefully now. Mark! What? Nobody here. Did he just leave me behind? No, he would never do that. He would only go if he knew I wasn't in danger. And this is better than finding his body lying around. Wherever he is, we need help to get away from here. After breaking down, the first thing we need to do is send out an emergency signal. I hope someone will receive it. The earlier I get it done, the better. Mark has to wait. Right. Emergency signal. I need that console over there. Mark's logbook. Didn't he take it with him? Or maybe he left it here on purpose so I could find his hints. Mark's logbook. An old version. But he likes things retro. Maybe I can find some answers in it. It's not completely intact anymore. I'll remove the ID card. Then I can read the entries in my logbook. think all these flashing lights are a good sign. It won't turn on. Probably no power. The power cells for the cockpit are behind the cover below. The power cell slots are behind it. I should open it, somehow. A broken off lever made of heat-proof ceramic with a heavy grip. In hindsight, a screwdriver was probably the most obvious solution, but I didn't want to wear it out needlessly. I don't believe it. The power cells are empty. Mark explained to me how to properly utilize any residual charge. All slots have to be filled, I remember that much, but I have to rearrange the cells. If I relay the remaining energy to the communication transmitters, I might just be able to create a signal. But I'd also have to somehow broadcast the signal, and I need the control console for that. So both console and the comms need to be supplied with energy. That's the symbol for the display, so the console's up here in the cockpit. It won't work as long as there's no power. For the heating. They're drawing energy from two cells. That's the symbol for the display, so the console's up here in the cockpit. It won't work as long as there's no power. That's the symbol for the communication transmitters. They're drawing... Still works. Right then. Communication. Emergency signal.
Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated. Low energy. Emergency signal cannot be activated.
Damn it! Do something! You could at least make a little noise! If only Mark was here. I need more power to send an emergency signal. Which means... power cells. There should be some in the hold. I don't think all these flashing lights are a good sign. The cockpit's braces connecting it to the fuselage are still intact, as far as I can tell, but it's hanging to the side quite a bit. I'd better just leave it as is. let me down. Accept it! Oh, it requires further authentication? There's security, and then there's paranoia. I need the key code that Mark set. I'm definitely not going to just guess the code. Mark hates passwords and codes. It must be something he could remember easily. This is Mark Bennett's ID card. We've been on lots of missions together and are good friends. This is Mark Bennett's ID card. We've been on lots of missions together and are good friends. Nothing left inside. I don't think I'm gonna find anything useful there, but there might be some charged power cells in the cargo hold that I could use to transmit an emergency signal. If I hear low energy one more time, I'm going to go crazy. I need to look for fresh power cells in the hold so I can send out an emergency signal. The TAC-92's wrecked. These power cells aren't enough for an emergency signal. I need to get to the hold. Maybe I'll find some there that are charged more.